Hey guys, welcome back to Tech and Tactical. I wanted to do a super quick look of my new Maxpedition Fatty Organizer. I'm really enjoying it. I actually have already ordered another one. I like it so much. But this one is the Fatty. I got this one pretty well full, with gear. It's pretty thick at this point. Really like all the attachments and all the different places you can put stuff in these things. And you got all sorts of like clips and stuff. So I got kind of, this is my large, I guess, EDC. It's not really like much of an EDC because I don't like carry it into places. I'm not going to walk into a restaurant with this thing. I'm not going to necessarily carry this into the office every time I go in. I don't spend that much time there, but this isn't, this is more of like, this goes into my car when I leave the house and I'm about to, I need to go somewhere. If I'm going, a couple hours away or to a friend's house, to my parents' house, something, this will ride with me in the car. So I have everything, that I need on the ride, but it's not large. It's not, if I need a whole backpack, this will still go. It'll just go in the backpack. And it fits perfectly in my armrest of my car too. So let me get it zipped up and stuff, and I'll come right back. So here it is, all zipped up. It's the fatty is called a fatty because it's thicker this way. It's the exact same size otherwise as the EDC, as far as I know. It's got the same MOLLE attachments on the back. It's got the same loop as the EDC version. It's just thicker. It's, a half-inch thicker, I think. So, yeah, it's still got the same types of features. I ordered the micro too, so we'll be able to compare the two, side by side. But, this has got the removable morale patch. So you can Velcro any morale patch right on there. I've got the Tech and Tactical Pirate. It's actually I think Jolly Roger symbol, but it's the one that I always use on my stuff in my hat, my Tech and Tactical hat and stuff like that. But it's got this little front thing. But I used to keep like a towel in, like a small hand towel. But once I got this thing, started getting this thing packed full of stuff, this really doesn't hold anything. So I just have some business cards in here. But it's got the two loops, or the two paracord ties. YKK, name brand YKK zippers. The action on the zippers are very, very smooth. They're self-lubricating, supposedly. So it unzips very well. And then once you're inside, this is what I got. This could be anything. You could make this a survival kit. This is not really a survival kit, but you could do a survival kit in one of these. You could use one of these for your medical kit. These can be used for really a ton of stuff. And I like the size of this one. It's not too big. It's like maybe the size of my hand, but it's really too big to fit in any pocket. Even though this is in the pocket organizer lineup, this is too big to fit in any pocket. I mean, even a large, maybe not any pocket. I'm not saying it's impossible, but even large cargo pants, this is going to really be too big for your pocket. But so you open it up and you got this, you've got this key hanger here is the kind of the first thing that you notice. I've hung different stuff in the, since I've bought this thing, I played with this and tried different stuff out, keys, whatever. It all works well. It also has another loop up here, which is cool, which you could put like a little carabiner on, and then hangs other stuff from. But I've actually got, I was testing out how much stuff I could fit. I've got a full-size solar charger in here, and it's not a small one. I mean, this is a 10,000 milliamp, and I might do a review on this too if you guys want one. But I've got a full-size solar charger sitting in the front pocket, not even the thick part. And then I've got this is inexpensive, but it's a little like it's a 2 AAA like Energizer, just kind of cheap flashlight. But it's good for finding stuff and doing small stuff with. And then I've got a Sharpie, which is actually kind of a pain to get out of here, especially with one hand on camera, because I'm using the other. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, and then so I got a Sharpie in here, and this is a Sharpie with like a good amount of feet of Gorilla Tape, like the the best kind of tape you can buy. So this goes in every kit. Even my new micro kit will have this. This is a really important item. And then it's got a highlighter. I just had a highlighter in here. I was actually reading Bushcraft 101, the Dave Canterbury book, and I was actually highlighting stuff, but I wouldn't normally, I don't think, carry a highlighter, but you could, as you can see. And then I've got a bottle opener in here. Again, this isn't something I necessarily would like always carry. I can open a bottle with anything. I don't really need one of these, but I put it in there to kind of show you guys. And then I've got this I like. This is a pen, one of these pens that has like all the different colors. So I've got like a red ink and black ink and green ink and blue ink. It's also got a stylus up here. So this is good to have, so if I need to like sign documents on the go or something, I've got the pen with me in different colors. I've also got two AAAs that'll replenish the light, the flashlight batteries. And then I've got pills. This is different stuff. I've got it kind of double folded, and then there's different pills in there. I've got an aspirin for possible heart attack. Not necessarily for me, but all could be for me, but or if I was with someone, I don't know. So I've got that. I've got some different painkillers. I've got some vitamin C. You can put caffeine pills in there, so that's kind of good to have. And then I have a one of these thick. Occasionally in bathrooms in like nice hotels or restaurants, you get these real thick cloth disposable napkins. So I love these. I grab one of these. I have a little stack of them, and I'll just I'll replenish these as needed. And then I've got let's start from the bottom here. So I've got a Leatherman fuse. Is a Leatherman that I have in here. I actually posted this on my Instagram. I could do a review on that too if you guys wanted, but so I got a little Leatherman fuse in there. So I've got a tool, and then my favorite kind of lighter, I've got a clipper lighter. I really love these. You can pull out the flint and replace it and refill them. So these are cool. That's my favorite kind of lighter. That's a mini, by the way, if you guys are wondering. And then Chapstick, your Chapstick brand of choice, you can throw in there. And then I've got some of these breath strips. Sometimes I carry those little disposable toothbrushes too. You could do that if you're going to do an overnight. I got some toothpicks in here. So a little like package of toothpicks. And then, so you can see how much stuff you can fit in these. So this changes. Okay, so this isn't always the same, but right now I try to keep a couple of hand wipes. I try to keep at least 2 of these. I use these a lot. Not a lot. I mean, I don't want to waste I'm not super wasteful, but maybe like once a week I'll clean like all of my sunglasses with one of those. And then a couple of Band-Aids, a couple different sizes, a couple of alcohol pads. I think there's some burn cream. So there's a couple different things there. And these are really good to have. And I carry vitamin C. One of the reasons, if I spend the night somewhere and like I'm feeling like I'm getting sick or something, I mega dose vitamin C. I've believed in it for years, and it really, I think, that's a whole other discussion. But anyway, I like to have if I'm starting to feel sick and I'm not home, I don't have any of my vitamins and stuff, I like to carry one of those. And then you gotta have paracord. If I'm stuck, this isn't a whole lot of paracord, but you gotta have some. So I got a nice little tight bundle of paracord in there. That's a real 550 cord. That's the stuff that's got 7 strands of internal wire, and then each of those strands I think is 2 strands. So it's like rated almost 500 pounds or something crazy like that. I mean, not all paracord is rated the same. I mean, make sure you look at what you're buying. If you need it to be load bearing, you need to buy the right stuff. But anyway, and then I've got one of these cool little. I've started to kind of play with I do micro kits. So this has got a USB drive. This isn't really a good micro kit, but this is like a good thing to try to use to make one, is one of these kind of larger Tic Tac things. But I've got rubber bands and paper, because you'll notice I don't have any notebooks here. You know, I rarely write anything these days. I know a lot of people do, but I rarely write anything. And then if I had to write a number down or like some directions, I've got a bunch of these little strips of paper in here, these Post-it strips. And there's a bunch of them. So I could write somebody some directions. I could write down some important information or important phone number if my phone was dead. So I've got all that too. And then finally, you've got this back. I'm telling you, this thing will hold a lot of gear. I've got this back section, and I've got every type of charger I need. I've got a USB-C for the Note. I've got a micro USB for like a bunch of other stuff, and then an iPhone charger. So, I mean, this thing will hold some serious gear. And this is the Fatty. These things are not very expensive either. I mean, I think this was like $22 or 21 bucks. This is the green. You know, they come in a lot of different colors. But they're very thick material. They're 1050 denier nylon, you know, like ballistic nylon. This stuff is really thick and heavy duty. You know, it like maintains its shape. I think the micro that I got was 600 denier, though. It's going to be maybe a little less thick, but this stuff is super thick. And these elastic straps are very heavy duty. I mean, really kind of happy with the fit and finish and the room of this thing. So, yeah, I wanted to give you guys a look at the Maxpedition Fatty. As I said, I am going to get the micro here shortly, and I'm going to do a review on that. Thanks again for coming by, and another episode of Tech and Tactical. Please like and subscribe.